Hey guys, this is Tauna. Today we're going to be going through all of the reveals from MagicCon Amsterdam. Today we have a lot of stuff from Duskmourn, not a lot of stuff from Bloomburrow, as well as a completely new set. Now you'll notice that I am a little floating head down in the corner because I'm trying to make sure that I don't block any art or any words on the screen or anything like that, like I do sometimes. And make sure you guys subscribe. I like to, cover all the news and everything like that, kind of keep you guys up to date. So make sure you subscribe, like, share the video and stuff. So we're going to start out with Magic the Gathering Foundations. This seems to be kind of like a core set kind of thing. It's going to be it's going to be standard legal. However, it's going to be standard legal all the way through to 2029. So it seems to be kind of legal for longer. It's going to release November 15th and will be the new foundation for Magic players. Also, I think that this is going to be coming alongside the new Jumpstart 2025. So likely kind of tying them both together. The design philosophy is, what would a set simply called Magic the Gathering look like? So core set, I think, is kind of the closest thing to this that we've kind of had, or like, the origin set or something along those lines. It's going to be set the foundation for Magic's next era, as cards from this set will be standard legal for longer. They are expected to have player and collector boosters, but they've also added the beginner box and some starter kits, 2 new products to help Magic and help new players build their collections. They are designed from the ground up to aid the teaching process. So you can see here we've got Llanowar Elves back. We've also got a reprint of Day of Judgment. I think this is the first time it's been standard legal in like 10 years or something. Omniscience as well is going to be back, and Foundations is also going to be the start of the Nyx frame being on all enchantments. So all enchantments are going to have that pretty kind of Nyx frame rather than just like enchantment creatures. All right. Foundations is full of classics, but there's also going to be plenty of new cards as well. So this Anthem of Champions is one. Simple, elegant Anthem effect is what they said. And like, this is an Anthem of Anthems, essentially. There's also this new 9 lives familiar cat with 8 revival counters it's going to be spawning in with. And then each time it dies, it's going to get rid of one of those revival counters and come back at the beginning of the next end step. So you got a kitty cat that's able to kind of tank away things. There's also going to be some special kind of arts, as you can see, like borderless versions, and there's going to also be 5 planeswalkers apparently. There's also these cool like anime-esque kind of cool arts here too, which is really, really nice. I love the 9 lives familiar here as well. So then on to Bloomburrow. So that was all the reveals there for the Foundations. Bloomburrow, they didn't reveal all that much. We've got a carrot cake here. When it enters, you can sack it, create a white rabbit and scry 1. We've also got Pearl of Wisdom confirming here about the otters being obviously blue there. And some of the like little tribal stuff here. So costs 1 less to cast if you control an otter. This is to do with like the calamity beasts and stuff. They're changing the environment, making things hazardous and everything. So that's like a simple kind of removal there. We've got Might of the Meek buffing up, giving a creature trample and also get +1 if it's got a mouse. So like a tiny little tribal stuff there, and draw a card. Sun Shower Druid. So this here, it's got the gain life on it, so I'm pretty sure the frogs are going to be around kind of gaining life and stuff, especially because they've got like, druids and everything. So they've also got these, which are essentially kind of like a tribal kindred lands. And from what we can tell, first of all, they kind of look to be based on whatever creatures share a color with them. So the Lupin Flower Village over here, you can see, has revealed a bat, bird, mouse, or rabbit. So the 10 different archetypes are going to be like 10 different creatures. And each of those is going to be represented on 2 of these cards. So you can see here, we've got a raccoon and a raccoon. We've got lizard here and a lizard there. Mouse, rat. So we know that rat is going to be Dimir then, because it's on, the blue and the red, blue and the black lands there. Very interesting. I like these. These are very kind of unique lands, and they've all got like, you know, different little things. So like this one here can put a +1/+1 on each frog, rabbit, raccoon, or squirrel that enter the battlefield this turn. Gives lizards, mouse, otters, and raccoons haste and +1. Return 1 from your graveyard, surveil 2, or look at the top 6, reveal 1 and put it into your hand. We've got Salvation Swan here. So this is a bird cleric. Looks like they're going to be based around kind of flickering. So it when it or another bird enters, exile 1 creature you control without flying, then return it with a flying counter on it. We've also got the reveal, the open house promo is going to be a Ravenous Squirrel here. You know, going to be able to be using that in your squirrel deck, obviously, as well. And that was all the Bloomburrow reveals. Duskmourn is going to be the last kind of like 75% of this video. There is a lot of Duskmourn stuff. So at the start, they showed like a flickering TV screen, and some of the art that they showed here was here. Looked like some fairies, some spirits and stuff. This is a big lair. This was like the shown for like the least amount of time. It was a very quick flicker. So Duskmourn is a modern letter to a love letter to modern horror and to Magic's newest plane. Is unlike anything players have ever seen in the game before. We can see giant freaking eyes and stuff. There's a lot of kind of you know, demonic kind of looking stuff in here, a lot of moths and stuff. While Duskmourn once was a plane full of people and places, an ancient horror has transformed it into a singular house filled with terrors. So these are the full art mana lands, and I love them. They are beautiful. I can't wait to see how they look in like foil as well. You can also see like the moth looking big bad up the back there as well in each of them. These here are new rooms. They said that they weren't able to actually talk about what they do mechanically yet, but having a look at them, you can see very quickly that they are two separate sides of a card, like a split card, and I'll be very interested to see how exactly they work, given that they are not just standard split cards. They're literally calling them rooms here. So this one here is Dollmaker's Shop, and then Porcelain Gallery. We've got Painter's Studio here and Defaced Gallery, and it's also not directly like straight down the middle of the line. You can see here like this one's diagonal. We've got a Mouldering Gym and then a Weight Room. So they also talked about their bringing magic to an otherwise dark and hidden world. This ethereal magic takes the form of a static effect observed across the plane. And these are going to be a new series of ley lines. So this is the white one here. Make it so when you gain life, you gain an extra 1. And as long as you have at least 7 life more than your starting total. So they already did like made this ready for Commander as well. Creatures you control get +2/+2. We've got an unidentified hover ship here, the alien spaceship. We've got Clockwork Percussionist, Unsettling Twins. It's very, very horror, inspired by horror. We've got Ghost Vacuum here, so also like some Ghostbustery kind of stuff inspired by that too. Let's play a game. You know, what's this, like I can't think of that. Oh, I don't watch enough horror. Someone tell me down in the comments what this is. Threats around every corner, so you can see kind of in the little lines of ectoplasm or whatever, some creatures here. We've got this card here, Cursed Recording. So time counters also seem to be coming back for this set too. So Cursed Recording, whenever you cast an instance or sorcery, put a time counter onto it. Then if it has 7 or more, remove them, deal 20 damage to yourself. But you can also tap this to copy a spell, which is really interesting. We've got Chainsaw here. And there's these new paranormal frame cards here too. So this is Chainsaw. When it enters, deal 3 damage to a target creature. Whenever 1 or more creatures die, put a rev counter on it, and then equipped creature gets +X/+0, where X is the amount of rev counters. Come Back Wrong. I love this art. I love how much I hate this art. You destroy a creature if a creature is put into the graveyard this way, return to the battlefield under your control, sacrifice at the beginning of your next end step. These guys here, so these are the beasties. They used to be the pets in Duskmourn apparently, and this is Toby here, who's reaching out to them and making friends with them. He also gets to show off the double exposure, so this is the double exposure treatment. Looks like a little demonish thing. Is like, I don't know if that's like, oh, it's the inner fears revealed. Very interesting. So they also said about how a lot of the Duskmourn enchantments are twofold with momentary effects. So this one here, when it enters, do this, but then it also does stuff beyond that. So this one here just makes it so ward doesn't trigger. Creatures your opponent control can be the target of spells and abilities as though they didn't have hexproof, and ward abilities of those creatures don't trigger. Very cool. I love these kind of enchantments that do something straight away, but then have their extended normal effects too. We've got the fear of missing out, so literal FOMO in this set. Enchantment creature is nightmare whenever it attacks. If you've got 4 or more card types in your graveyard, then you get to untap a target creature, and then there's an additional combat phase after it. And then we've got onto the good guys. So this is the Wanderer. She has come back, and my friend was not happy about this because of the fact that she kind of was meant to stay in Kamigawa because it was Kamigawa, I think. Kamigawa, because she was happy, right? She was happy. She kind of finally made peace and stuff. She was happy she wasn't a Planeswalker anymore, but now she's kind of come back. But it's for a reason. Her and a whole bunch of other characters, mostly kind of centered around Kamigawa, are coming back to go rescue Nashi, who's managed to somehow get themselves trapped over here. So there's a band of heroes going. So we've got the Wanderer here. This with her card, so she's got Flash, Convoke, Double Strike, and then other tapped creatures you control have hexproof. Very interesting mythic character. We've got Tyvar here. It's also interesting that it's just called Tyvar. Like, his card's just called Tyvar, unless they've like left it blank on purpose because it's going to have more to it. I don't know what he's doing there, but he's happy. Kato. We've got Zimone as well from Strixhaven. We've got Nico from, I think it's Keldheim there as well. So this is a special guest here. So special guests continuing on with the team here. As you can see, I think it was also Nico was the leader of the squad as well. Just FYI. So we've got Collected Company as a reprint there. Winter as well is a new character who is native to Duskmourn, and he's going to be going alongside the team of heroes to kind of try and save people and stuff. There's other people who have been trapped there, who have been there for a little bit. This looks like the guy from Fault in Our Stars, I think. I don't know why. But there's also different arts for this, which is interesting. There's 2 different arts for that. Now, I don't know if that's going to be like a special rare one that you can get here with the freaking beastly horror demon about to eat him, or what exactly that is, but very interesting. I've got Divergent Specialist here. They've all kind of, it's interesting, they've kind of like gone almost kind of steampunky with their weapons, like empowering them with like, you know how you've got like the detectors, like ghost detectors and stuff, that kind of thing. Very kind of 80s electronic kind of thing. We've got this guy here. So these are a new creature, a new kind of printing style. They are mirror monster styles. So these are all going to be essentially kind of flipping it so that you're kind of viewing it from the perspective of the people who are kind of trapped there. So this is Doomsday Excruciator here with it's 6 black, 6/6. When it enters, if it was cast, each opponent exiles all but the bottom 6 cards of their library face down. That's crazy. So there's other ones here. This is another one of them, the Screaming Nemesis as well. When it is dealt damage, it deals that much damage to any other target. If a player is dealt damage that way, they can't gain life. We've got these guys here. So these are the Japanese art styles that we talked about yesterday. The Overlords are a new mythic rare cycle that are all the rules of the different regions there. So assumably there's going to be 5 different ones of them. And they've got or at least this Overlord here has the impending mechanic, which my friend as well correctly guessed. So shout out to Jack John Jackson for that. Impending, essentially, when you pay its impending cost, it enters onto the battlefield with 4 time counters on it, and it's not a creature until the last one of those is removed. At the beginning of your next end step, at the beginning of your end step, you remove a time counter of it. That's also different from normal. Time counters usually were removed at the beginning of your, like, in your upkeep, but these are removed at the end step. So essentially, this will come in 4 turns. Like, it'll come as a creature in 4 turns. Very interesting stuff. We've also got these, which is the Enduring Cycle as well, the Glimmer Cycle. These are all going to be personifications of hope. When they die, they come back as enchantments. And then we've got the announcement of the 4 different pre-cons. So these are led by Aminato, Winter, Zimone, and the big bad Zelgoth. Eagle-eyed viewers might see the arch enemy game mode is back as well. So this is the Miracle Worker one here. See the future, cast miracles. We've got Death Toll, fill your graveyard, and then reanimate monsters. Jump Scare, which is tricky instance, and then mysterious face down cards. So assumably this is like morph / disguise or something. Not sure. And then we've got Endless Punishment, which is punish your opponents, make them pay. This one here is interesting because it doesn't, like, unless it's like curses or something, maybe. So we've got Miracle based here. We've got, milling, self-mill, and then reanimate. We've got mysterious face down. So what's that? Face down morph and stuff, and then potentially curses or something. I'm not sure. This guy's meant to be like the big bad too. So arch enemies back. It's bolstered by effects of the powerful scheme cards in their quest for victory. So these are the scheme cards here. Each commander deck comes with 10 unique schemes that you can mix and match to create your own powerful scheme deck. So this one here is when you set this scheme in motion, choose 3. You may choose the same mode more than once. You've got destroy target creature, target player draws a card, or target player gains 5 life. With the return of it, though, however, there is going to be updated rules. However, they're going to have all the information in daily MTG here too. So these are the new products that are going to be coming. So, normal boosters and everything like that. This actually, I like this style of the logo there. There's also going to be a Nightmare bundle, which I'm not sure entirely what's going to be, but I love the fact it's shaped like a CTR. And then these are the dates that we've got. So pre-release is the 20th to the 27th. And the story begins in about 2 months now. So this is the for pre-ordering on Amazon, you're going to be able to get a special Duskmourn theme sleeve. And then you get the special twitching doll for the buy a box promo. And that's it. There was, as I said, like most of it was just Duskmourn. I hope you guys had a wonderful day and goodbye.